Rob, you look like a slot car driver that's really into it.
Thank you. You know what? That's perfect. I'll take that.
I've become best friends with them.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm festive.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dear Hollow Heroes. And we have a action-packed episode for you all today. We're now in the groove of things with Zoom. We got it going. We're going to go back to probably video next week. I think this is like the final run before the fall. We're going to go back to Zoom. But for the rest of the summer, we're going to see our new setup. We're going to build one over the next week. But we are going to go and it's going to be a great episode. I'm just super stoked. And we have Meek Man Liam Meekum.
Going on, guys?
Wait, did you say Liam Handsome Meekum?
Yeah, it's gonna stick, bro. Trust me, it's gonna stick.
Yeah, it's gonna stick. And we have Robespierre Robert Kelly
Why'd you say it like that?
because your thing says Robert.
Yeah, no, my name's Robert, not Robert.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so. Why are you holding the microphone with your
That's so strange.
dude?
No,
You
what did you like? Why'd you say my name like that though?
the what?
Like,
No, we're not. We're
stop
moving
trying to
on.
turn this on me.
We're moving on from the Robert thing. I'm sorry, but why
I've
are
known you
you
for
holding
almost
your microphone?
15 years and you still can't say my name right.
Rob looks like the 1 year high school football coach that they just stick up in the booth because he can't do anything on the sidelines.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he's good at yelling at them to do sprints.
Hey, hey, if I can run more yards than you without being tired, you're doing it wrong.
Okay.
Every coach ever say that.
Why you sound like a baseball coach kind of mentality there? But I don't know.
Because
I don't think
that's just
football
my inner
coaches.
workings. I don't know football coach. I only know baseball coach.
True.
That's kind of my bit.
But I have to say, even though this has nothing to do with sports, Rob, you have the George Strait hat on. I'm still very jealous that you got to see George Strait, Chris Stapleton, and Little Big Town. So I'm very. I looked at the hat and got jealous again. So before uh, before we move further, I had to mention that.
Stay mad.
Stay mad. All right, so let's get straight into the top story. So, the Celtics have won the first two games of the NBA Finals pretty convincingly. Both games had the Mavs make comebacks that were thwarted quickly. Luka has been amazing, but Kyrie has been quiet due to the unbelievable performance by Jaylen Brown. Offensive. Rob, come on. He's upside down now.
Am I upside down or you guys upside down?
Whatever. But Jaylen Brown had an unbelievable performance in both games, offensively and defensively. And we know right now Jaylen Brown's the hero of the series, and Irving's the one that's probably going to face the most scrutiny throughout so far. But we also got to mention that the role players for both squads have been a tale of two different stories. The Celtics have had so much go right for them with their role players. You could argue that Jason Tatum's the fourth best player in the series so far for the Celtics, and he's supposed to be the best player for them. But on the other end, we're going to get a little bit more into the statistics on the Mavs. But let's just say before we get into that no one's helping them. It's been kind of just Luka. So, what do you think is going to be a bigger storyline, in your guys' opinion, by the fans, by the media? Is it going to be that Jason Tatum isn't being the best player on his team, or Luka Doncic is not letting his teammates get involved?
I think
Good.
definitely I think Luka's definitely letting them get involved. I mean, we're seeing a lot of shots come up from role players. There's reasons they're playing so bad. It's not their lack of shots, it's that they're not making the shots. And on top of that, you have Kyrie Irving, who's taking plenty of them and not making many. He's been very unremarkable. The Celtics, I think, probably would be a bigger storyline in my opinion. Um, Jason Tatum, best odds to win MVP, still, believe it or not, still has the best MVP odds. And he's been a role player so far. It's been Drew Holiday and it's been Jaylen Brown running the show.
All right, Drew Holiday's defense is it's one of those that people always forget about until you play him, and then you just realize that guy wears people like gloves. He's impossible to get around.
I think
What?
people will talk more about Tatum. Okay, yeah, no, you two just make faces at each other while I'm talking. No, that's fine. That's fine.
He said he wears them like a glove, bro.
No, I heard it too. I just, I picked my battles with that one.
Yeah, okay.
You know what, Rob? You deserve that one. You deserve that one. Take a bow. That was a really good callback. Great callback. You deserve that one. Proceed, Rob.
I think people are going to talk more about Jason Tatum just because he's been in the limelight the longest. Except for maybe Kyrie, but people don't expect from Kyrie what they expect from Jason Tatum right now. If that makes any sense. They expect him to lead the Celtics to win the finals. Luke, don't get me wrong. People expect a lot from Luka or from Kyrie, but it's not on the same level because it hasn't been the same for the past 5 years. It's always just hey, you're supposed to lead the Celtics to win the finals, and you haven't. And it's just over and over and over again, and people are just going to hark on that, especially if he's putting out 27 shots and making 8 of them.
Here's the part that gets me, though. We are saying that, Tatum is... I agree. I actually agree with both of you, that Tatum's probably going to be discussed more based on what we've seen, so far in the series. But what's surprising is that usually winning blinds people. You're going to forget about it because odds are the Celtics are probably going to win. But, of course, last time we've seen a 2-0 lead in recent memory. The Bucks came all the way back and won it. So, we've seen it turn over, but you'd think that it would be more about Luka, finding something to blame, a pointed finger, but it's kind of you can't help but be Tatum's done very minimal comparatively to his stature to what's going to happen here.
The thing about basketball too is it's a very individual sport. So you look at the team and you talk about team success, but you also talk about the individual a lot. And with Tatum, there's been a huge storyline. He's not a winner. And now he has this great team around him. He made the finals. He hasn't done much. And yeah, he's going to win, but did he really win or did the Celtics win? And it's just, it's another question mark over his career that, yeah, he has a ring, but that finals MVP, maybe not his anymore.
It's got to go.
And when it comes to, sorry. But when it comes, you speak.
Oh, I was just going to say, from game 1 to game 2, it's got to be Brown. It's got to go to Brown. If it ended today.
I would say there's an argument for Drew Holiday.
But still, not Tatum. Just not
No,
Tatum.
it's not Tatum.
The one thing I did want to interject, about especially about Ben saying, we've seen teams down 2 and then come back to winning. The Corgi has said that the Mavs are winning. If you don't know the internet Corgi who bounces the inflatable balls into the baskets that chooses the teams, the Corgi did choose the Mavs in 7. I feel like that is important.
I'm kind of glad you brought it up because really the series is not over. We're talking the Celtics are going to win. The series isn't over. The Mavs still got to go home.
The game 3 is going to be a very big tell of what kind of series we're in for. If the Celtics win tomorrow night, because we're recording on Tuesday, they win tomorrow night, we're looking towards just when are the Celtics going to win it. But if they lose, it's right back into
it's still anybody's series. Yeah,
it's still anybody's series.
And most of the conversation I've seen so far this series, especially around Luka, has been that meme where it's Lucas, it's Luka drops 20 points per game and it's the rest of the team. It's oh, we're in the finals. Yay.
Yeah.
It's he's doing his part. It's just waiting for the rest of the dominoes to fall for the Mavs.
To be fair to the Corgi, if you're worried as a Celtics fan because the Corgi picked the Mavs, he also picked the Niners to win the Super Bowl. So not always correct.
But he does have
really need to debate about the Corgi.
Listen, Liam, this is a big deal, all right?
But the Corgi's been right more times than he's been wrong.
Exactly. So let's go straight into the stat of the week. We're going to keep talking about the Mavericks here. Wondering how much the Mavs have struggled in the finals. Well, on the surface, you could see that Luka Doncic is the only player on the Mavs to score more than just one three-pointer within the first 2 games. But let's get into it a little bit more. With Luka included, mind you, he's shooting 38% from 3. They shoot as a team altogether 25% from 3. But if you remove Luka, they shoot 16% from three. If you remove Luka, they shoot 16%. And both of those numbers are rounded up. So it's 15.5 and 24.5. And as a team with Luka, they shoot 46% from the field. But remove Luka, they still shoot 42% from the field, and that's including those threes. So that is something to say. That's pretty even, actually, which is kind of interesting to show that they do shoot from the field as a whole pretty similar to how Luka's doing. But Luka has shot 28% of the shots by Dallas, and he's shooting 51% from the field. So he is shooting better than everyone else, but he's taking 28% of the shots. And while the rest of the team has been unable to shoot from three, there has been similar efficiency. They just don't get as many opportunities as Luka, obviously, because he takes up over 37% of the offensive plays, whether that's turnovers, assists, shot attempts. He's 30% of the offensive plays. So do you think that so you can agree, disagree with what you think about that? You could think that that's what it is, but the question is, do you think that Luka needs to take less shots, less offensive possessions, or do you do the exact same thing and eventually hope the threes fall? Like, what would you do?
How can you say that you think everyone's shooting at a similar clip when Luka is single-handedly driving up the 3-point percentage by, what was it, 10?
Including 3-point percentage, with that 16% from three, they're still shooting 42% from the field.
Yeah, because you're also incorporating big man lobs, finishing around the rim. It's much easier. And when he's driving, he's got two people on him. He's setting up a lot of open looks. Those are very skewed numbers. And if you're looking at the three ball, that's pure accuracy. That's we're talking. He's probably taking a step back. Other people are probably getting wide open in the corner. Nobody's shooting well, aside from Luka. I mean, Luka shouldn't have to take more shots. Luka definitely should not be taking less shots. It comes down to these other guys got to make their shots.
So
That's
you're
it.
just saying, wait.
You can't win a game when not a single player is hot from anywhere in any shot aside from Luka.
So you're saying wait until the threes eventually fall.
You have to. They have to fall.
What do you think, Rob?
Well, I think you're right. Those numbers are what they are, and it is what it is. That part when you said that really stuck with me. He like Liam's right. He is making these, plays for his teams. He's still passing the ball. It's not like he's just hawking it every single time he gets it, but he also sees what his team's doing. He also sees that no one's shooting like him. And in a situation like this, if he knows that he's the best on the court at any given moment for his team, he's going to take those shots. Because now is not the time where you're like, well, maybe you can give it a shot and get hot now. It's like, no, this is the finals. We need points. We need to win.
The only issue I would bring up is that Luka is pretty banged up. If he goes down, it's over. So you got to use him efficiently and get him some rest during games. So he can't be taking every shot.
Also, I didn't add this in the numbers because I wanted to focus on the offensive solution, but their defensive numbers are not good at all.
No.
They're having a horrendous. Like they're good on the turnover department. They're pretty similar, but everything else is just wildly.
We knew that would happen. The Celtics are a really good offense, and Dallas was good throughout the playoffs, but in the regular season they were a terrible defense.
Yeah, but it comes down to also reminding us all that even though it was considered a Mickey Mouse run, this is the best team in basketball. So
True.
They got a lucky run, but it's kind of like even if these teams are at full strength, are we sure that, kind of thing? Like, are we sure? Because they didn't get to game 6 at all, I don't believe. So something to think about there. But, I think all these storylines will be very interesting to talk about next week because we'll know if it's a series or not next week because it could be over by the time we're talking about it, or it could be wide open. So it's going to be very interesting to go back and talk about the NBA Finals next week especially. But let's go straight to the burning questions. So, the Yankees and the Dodgers faced off last weekend, probably the most anticipated regular season game to date in the MLB. It was two heavyweights, the Yankees, the Dodgers, and game one was a pitcher's duel that ended in the 11th inning where Teoscar Hernandez got a two-run double, and then Aaron Judge's RBI single was not enough, so the Dodgers won 2-1. But then the Dodgers destroyed the Yankees game two, 11-3. Judge did hit two home runs, guys. Yay. It was kind of like Rob said. I have to give Rob credit. He said it was a Chris Paul moment when Aaron Judge hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth. Like Judge hits a home run deep to left to cut the lead 11-3. But in game three, I think the game three, not even as a Yankee fan, but I think as an trying to eliminate that, I think it was the best game, a 6-4 back and forth game that did end in a Yankee victory. So you could look at it as a great win for the Dodgers, who have been struggling. And if you're the Yankees, you didn't have Juan Soto, so you do kind of have an excuse, but you did lose to a heavyweight in a series. So the question is, what do both these teams need to do to be in this exact same spot come November?
Well, I think, speaking strictly as a Yankees fan for a second, the Yankees kind of can afford to lose this series. Like it sucked to lose it, but we won our last 7 series. We haven't been swept all season long. Our second best player was benched the entire time. I can't be that mad, and it's the Dodgers. They're a good team. Losing 11-3, that one really sucked. That was really bad. But for the Dodgers, it is simply just staying healthy. It is. Sorry.
It's staying healthy.
Got a fire call?
You have to go 6.
Oh, the 6 o'clock call.
Mm.
Ah,
So Rob has to be a fireman. But I think that for the Yankees, on the Yankees side, because
Okay,
we're leading off. Oh, continue, Rob, then.
yeah. Sorry, I just had to mute myself for a second there. I didn't want to, have that blaring the entire time. Dodgers, it's staying healthy and just keep playing their brand of baseball because as long as that team is healthy and plays the way they should, there is nothing in their way besides, a team that is just hotter at any given moment. Then for the Yankees, it's shoring up the bullpen because that start by Nestor wasn't the best, but the bullpen really kind of gave it up. Sure, because if the bullpen kept it to zeros, the final would have been 4-3. But it was 11-3. And if you give up, your worst starter on the season, who still has a very good less than 3.25 ERA before the game, gives up 4 runs to one of the best teams in baseball with one of the best lineups in baseball, and then your bullpen just completely just ruins the rest of the game. I think that's where the Yankees kind of need the teetering the most.
I would agree. When it comes to the Yankees, I think that bullpen help is big. They did get rid of Dennis Santana and they got Ron Marinaccio back, but I think they need another hand in there. I would say, of course, go for Mason Miller, but I think his asking price is way too high. So, throw your hat in the ring, but I doubt you're going to get that one. But there are so many relievers, and also the Yankees need an infielder. I think Gleyber Torres, DJ is not fully back, so we can't fully assess it, but it's been a shaky start. But he's played pretty well in Kansas City yesterday, but DJ needs a little bit more time. But Rizzo's been playing poorly, and Gleyber Torres has been the worst player on the team that's a starter so far. So I think they need another infielder. There's a lot of people saying Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. There's a bunch of people they could look towards, and if the Cardinals fall off, you got those corner infielders that are right there. So I think the trading deadline is going to be huge. They definitely need a reliever and an infielder. And I think with Stanton slowing down, but still having high stock because he has 15 home runs, a good opportunity to get rid of him and get Jason Dominguez up there. Just throwing it out there, but but when it comes to the Dodgers, I think the Dodgers need I don't think they need a starting pitcher, but they need a long reliever. They need that sixth starter. That they need that one guy because I feel like the starters have been kind of inconsistent for the Dodgers so far, and the lineup. I just think I think the lineup's fine. Of course, they also need bullpen help as well. I think it's less desperate than the Yankees, but I think the Dodgers are again kind of similar to. They're one piece away from being just running through the entire league. So I think they're both one piece away. Liam, what do you think?
Are you kicking it to me?
Yeah,
That was a terrible transition.
what do you
I thought you
think?
were still going to talk. Yeah, I would just say for the Yankees, they need to
You
do.
had to crap on me, and that just starts his point.
Well, I mean,
That was
it was
terrible.
weird. I would
Anyway,
say for the Yankees, I would just say do what they do worst and don't overreact. I mean, you're playing a team that has a lot of star power and can beat any team on any day, and you know, just stay the course. You didn't have Soto for a while. You're getting him back, so you're going to be playing a little bit better. The Dodgers, they have to click, and they have to click at the right time. Um, Now would not be that time, but they do have to get some wins under that belt. They need to be hot come postseason, and they could win the whole thing. But they could also go into the postseason cold, and they could end up being one and done. So
that's what we've seen so many times. They do not like the NLDS. So, and then we're gonna go to the next burning question. The Yukon Huskies basketball coach, Don Hurley, has recently turned down a 6-year, $70 million contract from the Los Angeles Lakers. That would be more than double his current salary with Connecticut, $32.1 million over 6 years. It is believed that the main reason is to continue his historic run with UConn to get a chance at a three-peat in the March Madness tourney. Did Hurley make the right choice, do you guys think? And if, let's say he did sign with the Lakers, how much of a factor could he have been with them?
he could not have made a better choice.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to end up coaching LeBron, so coaching under LeBron. He's going to have to get blamed for pretty much everything the team does because none of that blame gets put on LeBron. He's going to have to deal with AD playing about half the games if we're lucky.
He's
They're
actually
going
been
to end
playing a
up
lot of games
drafting.
recently.
They're going to have to draft LeBron's son and play him 16 minutes a game.
Ben, are you eating right now?
Yeah, but AD's been durable, dude.
Don't make a point when you have food in your mouth.
Stop chewing. I can hear you. It's gross. I can hear your hand rustling in whatever bag or cup your food is in.
I'm so
Can
sorry.
we go back? Can we go back to the point?
If he stops eating, yeah, I'll be able to
Yeah, when he
focus
done
on
stops
it.
eating. Yeah.
I'm done eating.
Um,
Okay, one more.
I don't care what the salary was though. He has an opportunity. We have an opportunity to see a Nick Saban of basketball become become the head coach of or the next Nick Saban. Um, and he can parlay this 32 million into much higher earnings. We saw two unstoppable runs from UConn. People are going to want to play for him. He can really start something special down there, and I think he should absolutely take that offer over the Lakers any day because the Lakers aren't going to win a final. They're not going to listen to him, and he'll be out of the league in 2 years.
I 100% agree with you. I think that he made the right choice. With the Lakers, I think he could have been better than Darvin Ham. I think he would have been around that Frank Vogel kind of area where he's making an impact, but he's not, and they're not fully blaming him every time, but like he's in the middleman section here.
They blamed Vogel. I mean, it was bad
The
with him
second
too.
year, the end they did, but I'm saying like in the beginning part, they were kind of like, yeah, he's good, we're winning with him, yay, and then like the second, like if things are going bad, it's completely his fault, no matter what. So I agree.
If
And, speaking of how, Leo said, with the salary, if he keeps going, he could probably end up earning more later, further down the road. If UConn, keeps winning, like they will, they're going to keep winning. It's just a matter of whether or not it's a matter of how far into the tournament they go before they lose each time, right? because they're a historic franchise that just does that every time. But when you're on a run where you've already won back to back, might as well go for the three-peat. And if you are a coach who does end up winning three in a row, or going back and getting even to the final four another time, and then you decide to leave, you can still make a good chunk of change becoming a head coach in the NBA. Like, I don't see his capital going down from staying.
I agree.
That is true. That's
He's
the
going to
best
end
part.
up with good players. He's going to end up in another nice run. And as long as he does, there's going to be another team that's going to need him, and it's going to be a better opportunity because, quite frankly, just about any opportunity will be better than this Lakers one.
Yeah, I think the Lakers is risky. I think that's JJ Redick's job to lose after a year. Uh, he might, and you never know. They might start winning. The second they win, he's going to be fine. He's going to be there for 5 years, but if they
True.
lose quickly, you're done in a year. So uh, we're going to go, and before we go to game time, because we have some time here, I think we have to mention here we're going to do a little bit of a shout out. So I have some fun news for you guys. Uh, my father just sent me a picture today, and I'm going to try and get it posted on the video. So if you're watching, you're going to see it right now. My dad sent me a picture of every single merchandise that we have ever had, all laid in one row. So he has an article of clothing of every single thing we've released. I don't even own all of them. And it's pretty cool to look at. It's like all the shirts with all three of our faces are there. And there's all both seasons merch. It's pretty cool. And even I saw on there Howdy Rowdy, my old college shows right there as well. So I gotta say, our number one merch guy. We really appreciate it. We should probably, when we see him in the summer, just like have him model for our next drop. Be
Pretty
like, get the
cool.
merch. So I thought that'd be a cool thing to mention to you guys on the episode.
That is very cool. Thank you very much.
I would like to see that picture.
Yes, if you're tune into the episode, Liam. I
Maybe
also
we should also post it on socials so everyone else can see it and see that we have merch.
no, they have to listen to the episode.
Well, how would they?
Rob, because I'm gonna
Ability.
post other things on the socials.
This is weird to be arguing about while doing the podcast.
We also got an email from Frank that
I know I saw.
that said another great pod. You guys make my week better every week, even if we lose to you in basketball. And then he wanted to apologize because he missed our softball game. It's okay. We lost 19-0.
What was the title of that email?
A sweaty Rob.
Dude, you were so sweaty last week.
I was.
You were drenched.
It's okay, Frank. We're terrible. Our team is very bad. It's all good. Did you want to be there for the nightmare? It's up to you.
No, I think if Frank was there, it would have been a major difference. Instead of losing 20 to what was it, 20-7, I think we probably could have won 20-17.
We would have won.
Yeah.
I would have given up less runs.
Well, you came in as the relief pitcher.
I was a relief pitcher. Liam, I didn't hear you sound the trumpets when I was a relief pitcher. When I went into relief,
What?
you didn't go.
Ah,
Let's go to game time.
y'all can see?
It is time for game time, and it will be hosted by Liam Meekum. Take it away.
Y'all can see, right?
Yep.
I can see.
Gotta do that real quick. Perfect. All right. We got Make the Call by Liam Hampton Meekum.
Angel Hernandez.
All right. Scoring. Can you guys see this box right here or no?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Players will take turns guessing the correct call. Or correct guess will be awarded 2 points. Incorrect will be 1 or -1. After one player guesses, the other player can either agree or disagree with the call. If a player agrees, no points will be awarded or taken. If a player disagrees and it's correct, they'll get 1 point. If you disagree and it's incorrect, you will have 1 point taken away. Make sense?
Hmm.
Yes.
Ben?
Yep.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Ben
Take
does.
it away, Rob. Oh, okay. I guess I am.
Ben does. All right, Rob, you're up first.
Okay.
Scenario 1, League NFL. Offense scores and kicks the extra point. The kick is blocked by a defensive player. The defensive player laterals the ball to another defensive player who is in the end zone. That player takes a knee in the back of the end zone because he is tired and doesn't really feel like trying too hard. What's the call, Rob?
Glad to know you know how he's feeling. He's had a
Uh,
big day.
I'm going to go with a safety.
Okay.
I
Do you have any more details on that?
Well, if I were to break it down, it sounds like, the ball was not in the end zone after it was blocked and then it was lateral to the end zone. If it stayed in the end zone the entire time and he took a knee, I probably wouldn't say that. But
Okay.
because it left the end zone and went back in,
2
safety.
points for the offense then, right?
Yep.
Ben, agree or disagree?
I have one question. When it was blocked, did the defender have possession when the kick was blocked? Like had possession,
Yes,
stood
he
up,
had possession,
and then
lateraled it back in the end zone, and then the guy took a knee.
I agree it is a safety.
It is all right. We got to agree, and 1 point will be awarded to the offense, not 2. On an extra point, if the defense gets a safety, it is only worth 1 point for the offense rather than 2.
Interesting. So when I said safety, you made me specify the points because of this.
Correct. But I didn't make it obvious so that, Ben couldn't steal.
Okay.
All right. -1, Rob. Ben, League MLB. Batter hits a pop fly into the outfield and the center fielder. The fielder had just given his glove to a young fan mid-inning as a nice gesture. What a class act. He removes his hat and catches the ball using it. What's the call?
I'd say the batter is out because he oh wait, but is the hat okay? Oh man. See if he caught with his hand, he's guaranteed out. If he removes his hat and catches the ball using it. Did he go from hat to hand transfer
He caught it
afterwards?
in his hat. That was the last out of the inning.
Then I would say he is out. The batter is out.
Rob, what do we got? Agree or disagree?
I'm going to disagree because it is illegal in the sport of baseball to use your uniform and slash equipment besides your glove to interfere with the ball.
3 bases are awarded to the batter, but the young fan has a cherished memory for life. Rob, you are absolutely correct.
Yes.
But the young fan has a cherished memory for life.
So we're switching scores here. Rob's back up to 0. Ben, you're at -1.
Okay.
All right, Rob, you're up. League NFL.
I'm so
With 3
sorry,
seconds
Rob.
left in regulation and a tie game, the offense sets up to punt. The ball is punted but muffed, and a fair catch is called for at the 50-yard line and fielded correctly. You're a coach. What's the correct call here?
3 seconds left in regulation and game time. The offense is set up to punt.
The clock
So-
hits 0 when the fair catch is caught.
So he made the fair catch at the 50-yard line, but the clock was at 0.
Yep.
The receiving team has any option after any fair catch to kick the undefended field goal.
Oh, God.
The final answer.
I'm gonna agree.
All right. Well, way to go, Rob. We'll give you
Are you kidding me? He's gonna
Yeah,
get
give
2
him 1
points for
point.
that? You're gonna give him anything for that? He got the answer. Okay, whatever. Fine.
Way to go, Rob.
Thank you.
That's bull crap.
It's 1 to -1.
That's bull crap. Whatever, man.
Scenario 4, League, NHL. A player is called for high sticking after he makes contact with another player. The player who initiated the contact is called for a 2-minute minor penalty. The player who received the contact is left bloodied, and everyone thinks it's super gross. If you're the ref, what's the right call?
So are we talking about what's the call for the player that's gushed up in blood?
No. What's the call for the other player?
A player is called for high sticking after he made contact with another player. The player who initiated the contact is called for the penalty, but the guy after they called the penalty is now left extremely bloody, and everyone thinks it's disgusting.
Yes.
I think the call's already been made, and nothing changes. They just have to clean him up.
Okay. Rob, what you got?
I'm going to agree.
Okay. A double minor penalty will be called if blood is drawn on a high stick penalty, resulting in a 4-minute penalty.
Did you even know that when you made this question?
Of course I knew that.
No, you didn't. Move on.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
You're the one who told us to research more hockey. Don't be upset we're doing hockey.
So that'll be 1 to -2. Rob, you're up.
Okay.
League, NCAA. The
Which
final
number?
20-minute timer begins before tip-off. As the teams begin layup lines, one player chooses violence and throws down a radical 180 back scratch dunker to impress Beyonce, who happens to be courtside. What's the call?
So I'm assuming this is NCAA basketball.
Correct.
Okay. The call is going to be a technical one, but the player does get Beyonce's digits.
What is the result of a technical one?
Oh, the other team gets free throws to start the game.
Rob, you got both parts right. Beyonce is wildly impressed.
I didn't get a chance to agree or disagree.
Ben, did you disagree?
I disagree. I think it began with 2 free throws instead of 1 free throw.
When you get a technical, you get 2 free throws. That's it.
Now, he said 2 free throws.
Oh, then I agree.
I was going to say, you don't want to disagree, man. I kind of saved you from points. All right, Rob. That's another 2.
Thank you.
Well done there. That's going to be 4 to -2, right?
Yep.
All right. Scenario
Are you
6.
kidding me?
League. International
Stupid.
Tennis Federation.
This is stupid.
Serena
game
Williams
sucks.
shows up to her match wearing a very stylish top hat, as shown here.
Can you bring up the top hat again? I need a better look at it. Okay.
Shown. Okay, bro.
During the match, her hat falls off her big bulbous head and tumbles to the ground, but she still wins the point. Ben, what's the call?
I don't care. Oh man, why'd you you purposely you knew that I was getting the even questions, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the International Tennis Federation.
I had no idea who was going where, Ben.
Okay. So wearing very stylish top hat during the match. Her hat falls off her head and tumbles to the ground, but she still wins the point. She does not get the point because you can't have obstructions on the tennis court.
And what happens?
It is a 0-0, so they go and it's like a restart. Or actually, you know what? Screw it. The other team gets 15 because like 15 love and stuff like that.
Okay. Rob, what you got?
I'm inclined to agree because that will do me no damage.
Okay, that works for me.
Rob's playing to win. He's got
Ben?
a good enough lead.
You could have had it, man.
Oh!
You nailed it the first time.
It's over anyway, so who cares?
All right. Scenario 7, golf. Scotty Scheffler.
He gets golf? He gets golf?
Scotty Scheffler is arrested once again, but breaks out of jail to compete at the Masters. On the last hole, he sets up the ball on the tee, takes a practice swing, and the ball falls off the tee. He never records this stroke on a scorecard, but he ends up winning the Masters by 1 stroke. Rob, what's the call?
Never records the stroke if the ball falls off the tee during a practice swing. Now, if they already ended the match, what I would presume. See, you got me up until you said they ended the match, right? Because I know what happens typically, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. It can be officially contested by another player, presumably someone who he was matched up with for the Sunday round. I'm assuming it's a Sunday round if this is when this happens, and they will go back and review the footage, and if it is deemed that he did not do that, he would be given 2 strokes to his title or to his total. If it ends up being a tie, they will do a shoot off. If not, whoever someone else has the next closest point, they get it. But 2 strokes at it.
Ben, what you got for me?
Because who cares? I disagree. Because I think due to his recent prison sentence that he got away with, I think after 18 holes of intense golf, I think that he would be banned from the match because of his not only prison dealings but his golf dealings. He'd be removed from the Masters because
your reasoning was terrible, but Ben, you are right. Despite common knowledge, the stroke actually does not count on a practice swing. But authorities are notified, and Scheffler is taken back to jail in a gold jacket.
Why a gold jacket?
Because he won the Masters.
That's the only time I've got one right.
You get a green jacket.
So what would be the score there? Rob lost one before. Or no, you got one before, so you're at 0. And Rob's at 2.
I'm at
So
3.
Rob would be at -1.
How would I be at -1?
I'm sorry. You're at 1. Ben's at 0.
I had 4 after the last question.
Did you have 4? Okay, you're at 3. Ben's at 0. Okay, last scenario, boys. The
Wait,
league NBA.
Can we make this worth 3 points?
No.
Then I automatically doesn't matter.
For pride, you can get it right.
But yeah, you can, have courage and bravery.
Okay.
League is NBA. Steph Curry has the ball near midcourt and calls for a screen from Draymond Green. Dre sets the screen legally, but while rolling to the basket, trips over his own feet. He falls into Steph Curry, who, thinking he just drew contact, chucks up a 3 and makes it. What's the call?
It's just a 3. There's no foul on the play. If you run into your own teammate, that's on you. It's a 3. Steph made it. Cool. They go back. Draymond punched someone in the face. He's ejected.
Rob, what's the call?
I'm going to disagree and say Draymond Green is awarded a technical 2 for intent to injure Steph Curry, even though it is his own teammate. Steph gets the extra baskets, and Draymond is officially ejected from the game.
For the 3-point swing.
Oh my God, Rob! Why did you do that?
Counts and nothing happens, but Draymond Green kicks him in the nuts while the refs are taking it over and gets a flagrant 2. So Rob kind of had it right.
You also said he's not getting 3 points.
He said no. Rob's wrong. So it's tied at 2.
It's tied.
Rob, why didn't you just agree? You would have gotten the win.
Well, I got it half right, and you got it half right. So
No, I got it fully right. I said Draymond gets ejected for kicking someone.
Okay, well, we need a tiebreaker, and I know the perfect tiebreaker.
Had to recount the free.
You boys know the hat that you just saw on the screen. Who can describe it best to me?
It is a brownish top hat, kind of, with nice little metal circles on the outside, and it is a kind of like a leather brown. And it has a little bit of a flip, not crazy, but just a tiny little flip up.
Rob, what you got?
I'm gonna go with it is a steampunk style top hat that is brown and leather, but it has a two-tone brown leather. It's not just one consistent leather. There's two different kinds. There's like a little seam, and it does have little metal gears kind of designed throughout it.
You're just saying what I said, but with more words.
Ben, I hate to tell you, but he smoked you. It is
That's
steampunk
bullcrap. He
style.
literally just
It's
said it. So
steampunk
going
style.
second, there was nothing I could
no.
have said to get that win. You were
have
giving
said
him the win
steampunk.
regardless.
No, absolutely not. He
That is
absolutely beat
bull
you.
crap. That is a bull crap statement. I'm going to New York on that one.
If you look it up, it's called steampunk style top hat. That's exactly what Rob said to start it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Google it yourself.
I will. I will. I'm going to go to New York. And you know what's the best part? I am New York. So I'll see you both in New York. Losers. That was the funniest. That was the funniest game time moment. Was the, as shown here. It's like the least likely top hat she'd wear. Like who would wear that while playing tennis? Oh my goodness. Well, you have to watch this episode on video. It's now confirmed. You can't watch this. Can't listen to this episode without being a little confused. As shown, Rob, stop with the weird angles.
No.
Okay. So, well, you convinced me there. All right, so it is time to go to locks and upsets. All right, so I think I'll lead off with my lock of the week this week. Liam, you're not ready, are you?
No,
How? We've been doing this for almost a
I
year
forgot
now.
about the segment. It's not a consistent segment, so I kind
No,
of
it's literally the only segment we've done every single episode.
What is?
Locks and upsets.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, episode 1 we didn't do it.
Yeah, we did.
No, go back and look.
Okay. Okay.
He's telling you to go back and look so we can stall for time so we can find
Thank
his
you,
lock
Rob.
upset. Then, if you say yours now and then I say mine, we'll be able to
He
force him
won't
to
have
just
it.
pick
He
something.
won't have it. He won't have
Yeah,
it.
but we'll force him to pick something. So
I'm
start.
saying he won't have it, so he can have it by the time I say it. But okay. So my lock of the week is going to be I have the Yankees winning Game 3 against the Royals on Wednesday. I like the pitching matchup. I felt like Cortez is going to come back in a big way.
All right, my lock of the week is also the Yankees, but it's over the Red Sox on Sunday Night Baseball because I like picking games that our viewers can listen to this and then watch.
I'm gonna take my lock of the week is going to be. Wow, these are terrible. The Seattle Mariners over the Chicago White Sox Wednesday night.
I'm going to go a crazy upset this week. I say by the time the next episode airs, I'm not saying so next Thursday. Actually, no, I'll just go with the next time we record. By the time we record, the NBA Finals will be over.
So it'll end in 4.
It'll end in 4. That's my upset.
Okay.
It can end in 5.
It can end in 5. That's not really an upset.
No, yeah, it is. To expect them to go 2-1 is kind of an upset. That's a lot of games to go right. And 2-0. So by the time we record, it's over. Series over.
All right, we'll give it to him.
I'm picking the Mavericks over the Celtics on the Friday matchup.
Okay. I got. Oh God, that is August 4th. Oops.
I got the Yankees winning in the ALDS game.
It was going to be Olympic surfing.
Yeah, the Olympics haven't started yet. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. All right. I got table tennis elite series Wednesday at 4:05. one I'll be definitely tuning into. We got Kasper Paytas. I got him upsetting Maximilian Miastowski. You know, it's a razor thin margins already. Two guys that really know the game inside and out. Just must see table tennis TV.
All right. And I still cannot believe my first loss to Rob was because it was a battle of who could describe a freaking hat more. And I would like to thank you all for really like that. Really?
I gave you an opportunity, all right. I could have
That's-
just wiped the floor with you, but no, I gave you a
Yeah,
shot.
he could have won. To be fair,
By the
Oh,
way,
don't
he
lie.
did not think about that. I know he did not think about that.
Not
He
one
did
bit.
straight up fumble it. He 100% fumbled it.
dude.
But
How?
he straight up fumbled it.
But I knew what the hat looked like.
That's bullcrap.
True. That is true. He
It's a
didn't fumble
steampunk
anything.
style leather hat. Like, what a-
He was just playing with his food. That's all.
Over a hat. Over a hat. Whatever.
Is Rob on a 2-game winning streak?
Yep. Rob's beat both of us.
Rob, you're cooking, bro.
Ooh, they call me Chef Rob for a reason.
Yeah.
Because I be cooking.
I hope whoever I have game time next week, and Liam, I'm rooting for you now. I hope not only you win, I hope you win and make it embarrassing. So I would like to thank you all for listening. You can always follow us on our socials at Dear Hollow Heroes. You can also message us through dearhollowheroes@gmail.com. Let us know your takes, your comments, your questions, and your concerns. I'd like to thank Liam and Rob for the episodes that they've all been a part of. All of them. Thank you for being in them.
Are we dying?
I'm getting new hosts next week. This is going to become a revolving door of co-hosts.
I'm not gonna lie, if you're watching this, I look like I'm dying.
You look like you're dead, bro.
All right, and you can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on YouTube. You can get the video and audio through YouTube. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. See you all next week.